Yes, welcome back to an episode of Hoops and Football. Shannon here as always. So this will be another player to draft episode. This week's episode will be about Sullivan Robey. As we all know, he's come a bit of a hot commodity. Looks like he might be one of the biggest draft bolters in the last decade. Wasn't even in the top 20. And then he's been playing for the Eastern Rangers for the last 3 months. And looks like about the last 6 weeks. He's hit some terrific form. Also had a growth spurt, and now he's just kind of skyrocketed off. And now he's sitting in the top 10 for a lot of other clubs. If you take out some academy players, he probably sits top 5. So let's have a chat about him, and we'll see where we go from there. So I have done some research on Sullivan Robey. So this is off the ESPN top 20 draft ranking. So Sullivan Robey is an Eastern Ranger. He's a mid/forward, 192 centimeters. So he did have a growth spurt. He's played for the Talents League. He played 8 games. He averaged 20 disposals and 1.8 goals. It says introducing the biggest draft bolter in a decade. Roby was cut from the Stingrays under 16s and overlooked until a dominant performance for Rowville. That's how you say it. I'm not sure. Earned a call from the Eastern Rangers. This year as a late growth spurt, now explosive in the midfield minutes over the past 6 weeks, has seen him a strong-bodied Ranger star rocket into the top 10 calculations. He's strong, he's powerful, and he's able to link up with chains, kick with penetration in the forward half. Roby has been limited visions of recruits going off with his high impact. So he played in the grand final. They did win the grand final. Now, I'm not sure if it's 100% true. I did hear a report that he did had a cracked collarbone, but he still managed to get on something like 13 or 14 disposals and kicked 3 or 4 goals. So that was quite good. Then I've gone into this year's profile for every game he's played to show you just how good he is. So in the Coates League for 2025 with the Eastern Rangers, he played 9 games and he kicked 17 goals. Out of those 9 games, he was best on 6 times, or best player 6 times, which is quite pretty. It was actually quite really good considering you only played 9 games, and now your 9 games you probably played your best in every game. Then he still played 10 games. I think it's for Rowville. That's how you say it. I do apologise. He played 10 games, kicked 8 goals, and he had 3 best ons as well. And then he did play a couple of games for under 19s as well and some reserves. He played 4 games for under 19s, and he actually ended up being best on twice. And then he played 1 game for the reserves, and that was about it. So that was like a really good one. So then I've also jumped onto Rookie Me, and I thought we'll look up some of his key strengths and see what they're kind of saying. So his strengths are clean hands, leading patterns, which I have heard that some people were saying he's not quite the top 10. He's probably not going to be that good. He doesn't use his ball well. I think he's got a high IQ, and that's starting to show off some of the highlights, which I will put up, and that is thanks to Footy and Stuff. So jump across to his YouTube channel if you want to look up some of these rookie players and watch some of their highlights. He has great content. Jump over there, hit a like, get a subscribe going for him, and watch some of his stuff. I will play it at the end. Power, size, and score impact as well. So shows you for 2025 Coates League, he played the 5 games. He averaged 14.4 disposals, 6.6 marks, 2.8 tackles, 5 inside 50s and 1.6 goals. So he's just a genetic freak. So I think is that for the prelim? It all just depends. I'm not going to go through every single quarter. That was for the prelim, it was. But yeah, so they actually did end up winning. He did play in the grand final last weekend with the Eastern Rangers and against the Senior Dragons, and they actually did win the premiership. So it's quite an impressive thing for them to do. Now the question will be is, because he's a late bolter, does he go in the top 5? Does Richmond take him? Or does he slip past to Essendon? So my opinion is I don't think we will see him. I know the reports are Melbourne are really keen on him. Melbourne would have to find a way back into this year's draft. They don't have a first round pick. I do not see him getting past Essendon. 1 and 2 will be West Coast. Obviously, then you'll have 3 and 4 Richmond. I probably don't see him getting past Richmond. I think he's a unique player who can play mid / and forward as well. Maybe as well, you could probably put him on the wing. But I think pairing him with a Sam Law and a Taj Houghton and a Josh Smiley, maybe even a Sam Cumming as well, where they all have such great switchability, where you can do 2 on 2 off, 2 go to the forward, 2 go to the mid, and they rotate with each other. I love that he's got the goal sense, which is a good thing you want for a player who's a mid / half forward. You want him to go into the goals. Big fan on the fact that one of his key strengths are his leading patterns. It's very, I wouldn't say it's uncommon, but it's very rare still these days to see a mid / forward where you look up what are their key strengths, and one of their key strengths are leading patterns. So he knows where the ball is. He knows how to find it. He's obviously, that generally means he's high IQ. I will never say no to having a high IQ player. The question will be, do we take him? Would Richmond take him at pick 3 or 4? It's a high risk. But as I will say to every single player, all draftees are a high risk because you never know what you're actually going to get. Maybe, I know people say this draft is weak, but we may have just found that this could be the diamond in the rough, that he came in the last 6 weeks, he just blows him away. So who knows? So he is ranked 8th overall in the ESPN's top 10 for draftees this year. I don't have Cal Toomey's. I'll see if I can find Cal Toomey's ranking and what Cal has him as. Got to spell Cal Toomey right first. That would be a great idea, wouldn't it? Phantom he hasn't done one. He hasn't done a new one yet for August, so I don't think he's going to make it to the top. Will Dersma, Dylan Pattinson, Dylan Arnold, Dyson Sharp, Josh Lindsay, yeah. So it looks like I haven't seen a new one from Cal Toomey, so hopefully that one comes out soon and we can see if Sullivan Robey has jumped up. I, as a Richmond fan, would love to have Sullivan Robey on our side. I think he'd be a dynamic player to have with us, considering you could use him to start to help Sam Lawler out in the midfield time with the big body. He's 192 centimetres. Some people now might say, it's a bit hard because obviously Smiley is another big body midfielder as well. So see how it is, guys. If you would like, before I jump you guys over to the highlight package from the prelim final from 2 weeks prior, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below if you think we should take him, and if you do, when. Even though you think we should split picks, and hope that he's after the Essendon. I don't think he will be. I will put my hand on my heart and say the Bombers would take him if he slips past us. But let me know what you think, and also let me know what you think of Sullivan Robey as well. And if you guys would actually like to see him in the yellow and black, or if you like to see him, what team you think would be good to fit for as well. So, right, guys, as always, stay safe and go Tigers.